Hello, welcome back to this story. So I'll show you how we can increase the font size. As you can see, we've already created this about page, but there's two things which we are not done with: increasing the size and adding this stuff. So let me show you. Just come back to your text editor so that we want to start first increasing the text size. So just come back, and I told you that the work of the HTML is to keep the content on the web page, but the work of the CSS is to style the content. So just come back to your CSS. Remember that about the HTML, it has been linked to about the CSS. Just come back to about the CSS and tell the about the CSS that hey, I want to edit a class which I've already made it. And the class is called class one. So dot one. And say that I want the font size. I want the font size, the font which is in this, which is in this, the division class one. I want the size of that font. Skip a colon and the semicolon. I want the size of that font to be like 27 pixels or 28 pixels. 27 pixels. Refresh your page. As you can see, the size of the font has already increased in size. So also we want to if you want to increase the thickness of the font, because I can see that the fonts are very thin. Just come back to your text editor and say that hey, I'm not very impressed with the size of I'm not very impressed with the thickness of the font. So I want to increase the font weight. Just come there and say that font weight and say that hey, let it be 870. Just give a semicolon. Special work. As you can see, the font weight has already increased. So we are done with the first part of increasing the font size and adding the font weight of our of this context here to be very visible and very attractive. So let that this stuff. Lastly, let's turn to the Ukraine and let's turn to Palestine. By adding these stuffs, remember that we're supposed to create a new division where you add where we add this context. Lastly, let's turn to Ukraine and let's turn to Palestine. So let us move on to the CSS so that I can add the filtered words to our website. Let us move on to about the HTML. But remember that we are adding another words to our website, which are the shout out words. But we want to add the words in a new division, which we just call it a division of our choice. Like for me, I call it division puppets. I like puppets like cats. Division. The class name, let the division of the class name be puppets. 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 Like you can name it any kind of stuff that you want to name the class. You know that the class you use the class name, you use the class name to edit the content inside that class. So in this division, we're going to add the H1 text like or H2, but for me, I prefer H1 because these are shoutouts words H1. And the first one is let's. Lastly, sorry. We're supposed to start with last. Yes, the first word is lastly. If you remember, then lastly. It's a small. Apparently, lastly, you know that those words are break. So we always use the break tag to break words in a line. We always use the break tag to break words in a line. As for me, I use the BR. The BR symbol and abbreviation of break. We always use this tag so that you can break words in a line. So after breaking these words, lastly, we're writing another word which let's start with let us start with let's start let's let's start with Palestine, let's start with Ukraine. Then we are breaking another word, so we use the same BR tag. Let's start with Ukraine. We're adding another shorted words which you're left with. Let's start with Palestine, as you can see on the old website. Let's start with Palestine. So as a file first. Now we're refreshing the page so that you can see how the content in our new website is displayed. As you can see, we're already done making the second part, but in the second part we want now to add color so that we want to make it colorless so that it can create a good visual impression. Someone who wants to read can say, is this color red? So let me see what this content is talking about, because color red is all about shoutouts. You just go back to our text editor and go back. This is class puppets. Let's go to about the CSS. Say that, hey, I want to edit the content in class puppets. Puppet in class puppets in class puppet. Let me write it well. Yeah, it is class puppets. Now you're telling them now the CSS that, hey, I want to edit the content that it is in division, which the division name is called class puppets. Now the content there, you want to edit the color of the color of the text. You just write color, keep a column, then semicolon. So running the color, you just write color red. Save the file. Then just come reload. We're done. We are done now. We're done now. We're done now with all the parts that concern the whole page.